Hey guys, and welcome back to our channel. Today we're answering kiting's greatest unknown mystery. What happens if you fill your kite with helium?
Helium weighs almost 7 times less than air, so if you were to pump a kite with it, you would expect the kite to weigh less and fly better.
We have two identical kites. We've got two 12-meter Stokes. We're gonna fill one with helium and one with air, and we're gonna give it to our friends to try as a blind test, so they won't know which kite has which type of air.
So this is as simple as opening up the valve and just letting the kite inflate. Sure beats pumping a kite. Okay, so we've got both kites pumped up. One is filled with air, the other is filled with helium. I honestly don't know which one is which. Yuri switched them around, and he placed a white sticker on one kite and a black sticker on the other. So only he knows which kite is which, and putting the rest of us to the test today. Our first guinea pig has arrived.
That's me?
Which kite are you gonna choose, white or black?
White. No, black. Oh no, white again. Woo! Oh, this one has helium! Look, how agile it is. Yeah.
So guys, this is the first time I've ever flown the tube kite. I started on Fly Surfer Unity about 8 years ago, and I stayed on Fly Surfer all the way. Never had a tube kite in my hand.
So this is industrial grade helium. This is not the kind of stuff that you get at the party store because that stuff is pretty diluted with regular air. This is the 100% real deal.
I don't think helium is in it. So this one is without helium. I think that one has helium in it. But the kite is good.
It was my first swim with a tube kite, so I cannot judge. But it's definitely a bit fidgety. It's an action kite, it moves quick. But I definitely prefer the Fly Surfer foil kites, I have to say. But it's maybe because I'm used to it.
Okay, so helium? No?
Helium? This one definitely is.
Now it's my turn to see if I agree.
Kite feels good. A nice light feel to it, lots of power, and lots of V-power.
My bet is that the second kite was with the helium. It kind of was a little bit more fidgety. It kind of was a little bit off.
You may be wondering, what about a foil kite? After the LEI test, we had some helium left and we just had to try it with a foil kite. Now I know what you're thinking, what a waste of helium as it will leak from the kite within minutes. But we did it anyway, and to our surprise, helium was actually lifting the kite off the ground. It's not wind, it's helium lifting up the trailing edge here. We didn't get to fly the kite as the helium was gone by the time we reached for the bar, but just imagine for a second a helium-tight foil kite. How cool would that be? A floating kite in the sky that requires no wind at all. We call that the final frontier. We decided to weigh the kites with and without helium. However, it turned out to be much trickier than we expected. The result we got was that the kite filled with helium weighed nearly as much as the kite by itself. The scale we used and the difficulty of measuring an inflated kite led us to abandon the effort. So instead, we switched to weighing balloons and identical strut bladders. So I had a chance to try both the black and the white kite, and my guess is that the helium is in the white kite. The white one just felt slightly lighter, maybe a little bit less bar pressure.
Found the white kite accelerates a little bit less when you dive it than the black kite. It felt a little lighter on the bar control. There's different flying for sure. Right?
Half a bar pressure difference. With the other one I had it full pressure and I was kind of, floating. This was significant. Definitely different for sure.
Alright, so you think black is helium?
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
This moves a lot faster than the Soul.
Yep.
Actually, this is the one filled with helium. I can tell right away. Just by releasing this, it just wants to go up.
little difference, a little bit lighter. I felt I could get a little bit higher with this kite, and I think maybe the helium helped lighten it up a little.
So you think this is the helium one?
I think this is the helium one.
Interesting.
Yeah.
The black has the helium, the white one doesn't, but you know, it's so light in the bar when you, with that black one.
Whoa, lightheaded.
And I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
So I just did about a 15-20 minute session on the white kite, which had almost no bar pressure, and I was very surprised. And I just picked this one up, the black, and I could tell right away it's got a ton more bar pressure.
I don't know how, but this is definitely helium. Yeah, definitely helium. I just want to tell you that I love inhaling helium. And I wanted to let you know that it is perfectly safe. And I know because I'm a doctor.
Just went back out on the black kite. I'm still thinking that one is regular air.
No, this guy doesn't have any helium in this. Didn't want to relaunch for me. Black kite was flying way better than the white kite.
We decided to fill some balloons with helium and stick them in a foil kite, and we'll see if it makes any difference at all. So, helium foil kite. Feels kind of slow. But that being said, it's like anywhere between 5 to 7 knots right now, so yeah, I think the weight of the balloons kind of offset any benefit that the helium would have given the kite. But it's flying, and it looks pretty neat with the balloons inside.
Not enough helium.
It has a helium in it. White or black?
So Artem had to self-rescue, which meant that this kite got deflated. We may have lost a bunch of helium. Maybe not, 50-50 chance, we're gonna find out.
So I'm the only one who knows which kite has helium in it. And since I knew it, I actually felt a difference. I think the kite with the helium actually performed way better. It felt way lighter and the reaction time was way faster. The only thing, I'm not sure whether it's the actual helium versus air or is it a confirmation bias. So in reality there might be no difference. So let's see the results from our crew.
I think it's the white one.
I think it's a white one.
I think it's the white one. I think it's the white one.
It's a white one.
Okay, so we're gonna take a sample of what's left in the black kite. We're gonna deflate it and hopefully get some air in this balloon, then we're gonna inhale it, and then we'll find out if this kite, the black kite, was the one with helium.
So the conclusion is the black kite had helium. I was wrong. Oh well. All right, so we weighed the bladders, one with helium and one with air. And there was absolutely, well, there was a little bit of a difference, but not one that you would actually feel while kiting. In fact, for our blind test, 6 out of 10 people chose the wrong kite, thinking that that was the one with helium, when it was actually just a regular kite with regular air. It's a myth if you think that pumping your kite with helium is gonna make it fly better, and it's been busted.
What I found to be the most interesting about this test was just how sure the participants were when it came to their opinion of which kite they believed to be filled with helium. Of course, you could simply attribute the two kites feeling different to the wind changes during the session, but the wind was actually remarkably steady that day. When it came to Yuri stating that the helium kite flew better, it was probably just his expectation that it would perform better. After all, he paid $200 for the helium tank. Now we're testing confirmation bias. Chris showed up a little bit late. We had already run all the tests and one of the kites had already been deflated, so he is for sure on the helium kite and he knows it.
Okay, so now I'm gonna go and kite with the helium kite.
Helium doesn't necessarily make handle passes any easier.
So the feeling of helium makes you fly higher, definitely.
But end of the day, save your money And don't go buy helium for kiting, because you know what? It's just not worth it.
Okay, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye. Oh, subscribe, like, ring the bell, all that stuff too. Okay, bye.